Hey friends, Jordan Woods Robinson here from AMC's The Walking Dead and Blue Man Group, and this is PopXcast, where science fiction meets pop culture. We're a geek podcast for geek culture, so are you ready to get your geek on? Sit back, relax, grab some gluten-free, non-GMO popcorn, and let's dive into the world pop culture bliss.
You are listening to PopXcast, where science fiction meets pop culture.
Here we go!
PopXcast.
I was born in it, molded by it.
PopXcast. No strings on me. Autobots, transform. I'm Batman. By the power of Grayskull. PopXcast.
We're doomed.
Goal here is Tyrell. More human than human is our motto.
Here's Johnny.
Never had a pet pony.
Hasta la vista, baby.
PopXcast.
Captain's log supplemental.
Negasonic Teenage. What the
I am the one who knocks.
Excelsior!
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are live. This is PopXcast episode 115, coming to you on this amazing Monday night, February the 8th, 2021. And we have a great ensemble of amazing people already here. What's up, Team PopX? How's it going? Hey.
What's going on, man?
How you doing there, Austin Burke?
Well, just tired watching. You know how many movies I watched last week at Sundance?
How many movies did you watch?
24 in 3 days. I'm lucky I'm not
sorry,
divorced.
what?
Yeah, 24 movies, man. I
Over
covered
a
the
duration of how long, though?
3.5 to 4 days. That was
Wait,
psychopath.
what? 24 movies in 3.5 days?
Yeah, man. It was long, man. Like I decided I wanted to commit. I still haven't done the
Good
video yet,
gravy.
but yeah, I signed up to do press at Sundance. I'm going to cover it on my channel a little bit later, man. I saw some great movies, saw some sleepers, saw some movies that I napped during a couple of times, but overall, good experience. I would recommend it to anybody.
That's insane. And you got to vote for this year's Critics' Choice Awards.
I did,
It's
man.
your first
I
time,
did.
right?
First time, man. Sent in the votes for the nominations. They came out today, and then I will submit my final ballot March 3rd, I believe. So I'm
Dude,
excited.
how exciting is that? That you're actually a part of the Critics' Choice now. You get to vote for the best score, the best actor, the best film. How does that make you feel, dude? That's gotta be like that's pretty daggone good.
Well, it makes me nervous, and it's funny because like that's what I cover on my channel, right? So I'm like sitting over here complaining. I'm like, what's wrong with these critics? They voted for the wrong, and then I'm like, oh my god, I voted, and I'm like, oh my god, is it my fault? So it's fun though, man. I love doing it.
That's crazy, dude.
Well, and you got quoted in one of the trailers.
he did. Yes.
That's like a big deal. That's like an
It's a huge
inspiring moment for you.
The Black Messiah, Austin Burke, got quoted on one of the PR promotional videos that was sent out this week all over social media. I was just like tagging and retweeting and reposting. Like, oh my god,
man,
I'm so proud of you.
I was telling Lindsay too before this. I'm like, they didn't even tell me. I had other people like, dude, like commenting on my videos, and I'm like, what? And then I went and looked, and I mean, it's great though because I loved the movie so much.
Yeah.
So for it to be that film coming out this weekend, I was so thrilled, man. Such a win for Flick Fan Nation, man. I was just so excited.
Dude, that's awesome. And I want to remind everybody that's joining in right now, stay tuned. Around 9:15, 9:20, we are going to transition over to the Blue Man Group side of tonight's show.
yeah.
So hang tight. It's not just yet. So be patient, and we'll let some pretty awesome people on here around 9:20. One of them, I'm gonna tease right now, is my better half. My better half is coming to PopX. The return of Alex Burke. She is going to be on here tonight. But let's get this show kicked off here. Austin, you do the honors, man.
Yeah, absolutely. So, welcome to PopX, where science fiction meets pop culture. I am Austin Burke, the Appalachian geek at heart. We would like to welcome everyone joining us live at the PopX.live chat room. Come hang out with us and join the conversation at PopXcast.com. If this is your first time tuning in to PopX, the first 20 minutes or so, we run down the headlines since our last show, and then we dive into the show topic at the halfway point. And today's show topic is a very important topic that I cannot wait for us to talk about. Man, I'm so excited.
I'm excited too, and it's bittersweet, but I'm excited.
Yes.
All the same. So yeah.
Yes.
Anyway, I'm your host, Joseph Burke, Central Florida's seasoned comic book nerd and retro enthusiast. Now, we're a part of an amazing network of creative collectives from the vast expanse known only as the Creative Multiverse. Now, this network of creatives is lightly sprinkled with a talent that surpasses even what our own imaginations could even fathom. For more information of the Creative Multiverse, please visit us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all at the Creative Multiverse, and we're eager to see what talents awaits within you. And we just wrapped up 31 days of Artuary. We did our second annual Artuary Challenge. It was awesome. It was lit. We had some amazing artwork. And if you want to see that artwork, go to Facebook groups, type in the Creative Multiverse, and check it out. You guys, it's amazing what these people created from all over the world, not just here in the States.
It's pretty cool.
It's rad. So, Lindsay, what do you got for us?
All right. Well, I'm Lindsay Badger, your favorite geeky okie. And if you missed our last episode 114, we pretty much did a full kickoff for the MCU Phase 4. We broke down a little bit of WandaVision, and we trickled in a little bit of the extra stuff we're looking forward to in the future of the MCU movies and shows that are coming out soon, hopefully. Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
But if you want to go watch that, make sure you go check out our official website at popxcast.com for this and all the other great past shows from the PopX Collective Archive. And after tonight's show, not right now, relax, calm down.
Oh.
After the show's over tonight, I want you guys to do us a huge favor. Head on over to Google Play or iTunes after the show tonight and click that subscribe button. While you're there, you can also catch up on some of the amazing shows from the PopX archive, and we would also love it if you would give us a rating, preferably in the 5-star realm would be super great, and maybe say something nice too. That would be really great.
That would be fantastical.
I like nice.
That would be super.
I like nice things when people say
Like a
nice
wall.
things about me in PopX Cast. I think it's just splendid. I
Like
don't-
Joe has great earlobes or something like that. I don't
He does. It's true.
I have what?
I don't know. They can't see your earlobes, but they could say it if they wanted to.
Joe has
He has nice
amazing
earlobes. I'll vouch for that.
He has
I love you, long time, Austin Burke. All right, guys, we got news coming up. This is a very shortened, abbreviated news segment this week, so don't go anywhere. PopX News coming to you right now.
Extra, read all about it. This is PopX News, coming to you live, right here on PopXcast.com.
All right, PopXcast.com. Lindsay Badger leading off the news this week.
All right. Well, let's kick it off. There's a brand new look at Zack Snyder's Justice League that has just released courtesy of the filmmaker himself, giving fans a sneak preview of the action coming to HBO Max next month. Snyder also filmed new footage, adding some surprising cast members in the form of Jared Leto's Joker and Harry Lennix's Martian Manhunter.
Wow.
I've been sworn to secrecy, but he's an incredible filmmaker and love his work, Leto said. It was cool to have the opportunity to collaborate with him. He's got a crazy, infectious energy, and I love his passion and commitment to what he does. Lennox spoke about his role with Zack Snyder's Justice League, mirroring Leto's praise of Snyder. The actor will be making his debut as Martian Manhunter after previously appearing in Man of Steel and Batman vs. Superman: Dawn of Justice.
Oh my God.
As General Calvin Swanwick. Zack Snyder's Justice League is scheduled to premiere on HBO Max next month, March 18th.
Dude, that is like a month and just a little bit away. Do you realize that?
That's not very far.
Do you realize that? Wait, Martian Manhunter
Yeah.
in the Justice League?
That's pretty rad.
I'm so excited for that movie. You know, I do. Yeah, I think I'm going to burn the other Justice League that I bought on 4K and just wait for this one. I think I may.
No. You have to keep it for the archives so you can look back and admire how much you love the new stuff, right?
Well, it is good. You do make a valid point, Lindsay. You do make a very valid point. So yeah. But listen, Justice League, March 18th. Who else is excited for HBO Max and what they're doing here? I can't wait to see the new rendition. And there's a lot of emotional weight that went into Zack Snyder redoing this. And this was actually inspired by the fans literally creating a movement called the Snyder Cut. Mm-hmm. And this is all for fans and the outcry that the fans made for Zack Snyder. So I can't wait to see this. Austin Burke, what do you got for us?
Yeah, well, that just on that note, really quick, it is a win for the fans, man. I mean, we know Snyder was pushing it for so long, and after the botched version that we got with nuggets that we knew would make for a cohesive movie one of these days, I just never thought we would get it. Now that we're getting it, I submitted my request today for a screener, so I'm really hoping. I don't know, man. I don't know if I'm gonna get it.
Screener?
Can we have a movie night in Zoom?
We might have to all meet up in Florida or something like that and watch it early.
We won't tell.
I won't say anything. Awesome. Poor Austin. I don't want to do anything to that. Lord have mercy.
No, man. No. But we have some more cool DC news. We're talking Justice Society World War II, the first feature-length animated film to center on the exploits of DC's first super team. Oh, my God, I can't wait for this. It will be available digitally on April 27th, 2021, and on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray Combo Pack and Blu-ray on May 11th, 2021. Warner Brothers Home Entertainment revealed today Justice Society World War II finds modern day, of course, Barry Allen prior to the formation of the Justice League, discovering he can run faster than he imagined. And that milestone results in his first encounter with the Speed Force. The Flash is promptly launched into the midst of a raging battle, primarily between Nazis and a team of Golden Age DC superheroes known as the Justice Society of America. Led by Wonder Woman, the group includes Our Man, Black Canary, Hawkman, Steve Trevor, and the Golden Age Flash, Jay Garrick. The Flash quickly volunteers to assist his fellow heroes in tipping the scales of war in their favor, while the team tries to figure out how to send him home. But it won't be as easy because there's complications and emotions running deep in this time-skipping World War II thriller. Oh, my, only DC can do this. Joe, are you excited?
Dude, I can't wait, and I do believe, if I'm not mistaken, is this not coming to HBO Max as well? Did I read that, or is it just going to be going straight to Blu-ray 4K release?
You might be right. You might. I know eventually it will, maybe not immediately, but I have a feeling it will.
I just love the fact that they can take these stories of the old school Justice Society, which became Justice League years later. Dude, I'm so excited for this. They hinted at it at what is some of the Arrowverse shows that they're, the Justice Society, but truly excited for this release. I can't wait. Man, I tell you, look at the chat. The chat's going crazy right now. The Blue Man fans are getting excited. We got one more little tidbit here that I want to let everybody know that we're going to do the next episode. We come back in 2 weeks. We're going to break down 4 episodes of WandaVision. We're going to talk about 4, 5, 6, and 7. So get ready for that, and then we'll break down the final 2 probably 2 weeks after that as well, and we'll have a WandaVision recap show of sorts. But the last news segment of the night, I want to let you guys know some really sad news came through, and this is going to lead into our main show topic of the week, which is the Blue Man Group Orlando farewell. Last week on February the 1st, Blue Man Group and Cirque du Soleil tweeted and all over the web, and it was a massive press release that Blue Man Group Orlando is actually pulling out of Universal Studios and not to return to Orlando. This was some very sad news for a lot of us, and I know that Austin and Lindsay has seen some of the Blue Man shenanigans that's went on in our lives over the past probably, Lindsay, 2015. You've been a part of the whole PopX team.
It's been a minute since I've experienced the Blue Man journey vicariously through the Burke.
It's been a lot
and their adventures.
And I want to let everybody know, right at the top of the hour, we're getting ready to invite someone in here that is very special, very near and dear to my heart. I tell you what, it's pretty crazy, and I got to share a quick story, and then we're going to get right into one of our special guests of the night, and you will know that she shares the same name as two other people in this same window. It's pretty awesome. But I will say this before she gets on. In 2007, Mike Ippolito visited. We became friends, and he visited me in Kentucky when I was a radio disc jockey on WMMT 88.7. And he visited me, and he was been going through a lot of stuff. I was going through a lot of stuff, and he felt compelled. He's down here in the window. Mike is actually here. But Mike gifted me with this gift certificate for Blue Man Group Orlando. All right? He gave me a ticket. He's like, you have no excuses. Get on a plane and go see the show. Little did I know I would meet the love of my life at this very show, and forever my life would be changed. And without further ado, I'm adding right now to the room the love of my life, my bride, my wife, my companion. Unmute yourself there, beautiful girl. You're on mute. Just swipe down and hit unmute if you can. She's trying to figure out how to unmute. There it is. You got it? So you tap and then unmute. There it is.
Okay,
you got it. What's up, Alex?
Hey. All right. Yeah, I'm not like much on this Zoom thing because y'all know I'm like totally antisocial. And yeah, I don't do like Zoom meetings and crap because I'm not that lucky to work from home, you know.
She really wants I think she wants to work from home, guys.
I do. I'd like really prefer to, roll out of bed, work over here. That'd be really nice.
With my wife.
Yeah, with my wife. Yeah. With my brother.
Oh, Madison wants to work from home?
Yeah, she's like, I'm sick of it, man. It could be a combination of the snow and all of the crazy pandemic madness, but she's just like, oh yeah, she's getting stressed out. Yeah.
Well, me and her need to do something then.
The nurse is not out. Yeah.
All right, so Alex, you've actually taken some time and prepared something kind of special for tonight, have you not?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess it all starts that, I've been doing some journaling since, we were stuck in the house for, a little more than 2 weeks with COVID back around the holidays. So I kind of started journaling things a little bit. So of course, when, the big shocker this week of Orlando Blue Man Group closing doors forever, I'm like, okay, thoughts and emotions and everything, came out. So this is kind of not really structured correctly. So I'm sorry if sentences don't sound right or, and it's actually not going to wrap up.
It's from the heart though, Al.
Yeah. So,
just let it flow, girl. Just
all
let
right.
it flow.
So,
proud of my girl.
And also, this is basically closure to my Orlando show. Some of this sounds like I'm saying goodbye, like Blue Man's out for good. So I want people to be clear that this is my personal thing. And, and there's a lot of fans out there that might be like, what are you trying to say? So anyways, all right. So this is where I started. So anyone who knows me knows that the one large part of my heart belongs to Blue Man Group. If Orlando Blue Man Group never existed, I feel in my heart that I would have never met Joe. Blue Man Group is a routine for us. Our date nights and outings with family and friends have become a lifestyle of some sort. We've had the pleasure of introducing many friends, family, and coworkers to our world of blue. Some of my most cherished moments in life were spent in the Orlando Blue Man Theater. Joe and I also got to be part of the 5G revamp of the show in 2012. What an amazing journey. Not to mention we've had some pretty awesome fan meets there too. Then the announcement came that the Orlando show will be closing its doors forever. I'm totally crushed. I feel like there's a void in my heart, like the one when a family member has passed on. I know this may sound absolutely absurd to some people. How can the gravity of one production change my life so drastically? It doesn't make sense, does it? Oh, but it does make sense to those handful of people who simply joined a message board, became friends, and involved into my extended family. It's hard to describe the feeling I get from a Blue Man show. It's like a euphoric bliss of heart-pounding adrenaline. Certain parts of the show catch my breath and make my heart skip a beat. I'd like to say it's been a spiritual experience in some crazy way. How my feelings are so strong for the world of Blue Man Group. And my gosh, it hurts so badly to see them struggle through this COVID pandemic. As I sit here tonight listening to Blue Man music, my emotions are running high. It's as if I want to grab onto the sound and make it real and alive again. No matter how many times I listen, it's all just a memory right now. These memories are great, but sometimes a memory is just as painful as the loss. I do have hope for other Blue Man cities and shows to come back. We still have Vegas, Boston, New York, and Chicago in limbo. We still do have a long way to go with this pandemic. And that's what I've gotten so far.
Daggone, girl. Making me cry
beautiful.
on the show.
Good. That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping for some emotional reaction. And also, a big question of mine lately too. Yeah, I wrote that with a lot of heart, and there was a lot more in there that wasn't flowing. But Joe, you know how emotional I've been this past week about having to say goodbye to Orlando. Like I said,
I've been a train wreck all week, to be honest with you.
That's our lifestyle. That's our thing. And it's like, I just can't, I just want to grab it and bring it back. I'm just so attached to it that knowing it's not ever coming back when we didn't really have a chance to say goodbye it's so painful.
And Alex, that's the reason I wanted to do this live stream is we never got, most shows when they wrap production and they wrap their run at a theater, there will be a finale show. There will be a grand finale, a spectacle, meet and greet, a cast reunion. There will be a huge fanfare. But with this announcement, Blue Man Group Orlando is literally pulling out in the middle of a pandemic with no show, no closure. And I was talking to a couple of the Blue Man actors who actually do get bald and blue. And they were like, well, we were clinging on to hope that maybe it was going to come back because they were hoping that the Orlando show, since it's at a theme park, would be one of the first to open. But guess what?
That made it even worse.
No,
it's... Well, to me, I had personally thought that, okay, most of the Blue Men, they're moving on. They're like, okay, this isn't coming back. But when I started seeing the posts come through this week about that they were clinging on to that hope of going back, I cried.
It hurt.
I have to admit, I have cried about that this week. And I'm just so upset for these guys who just got their lives taken away from them so quickly, and they're all so talented. And I know that, there's hope in the future for them, but it's like,
Alex, thank you so much, sweetheart, for writing that and taking the time and just sharing it with us here on a live stream that I hope that Blue Man Productions in New York will get to see, and the fans obviously will get to see, and I know that Austin, it's been really wild. You got to see the Orlando show. When was it? 2 years ago when you came in?
Yes.
And so, you got to witness a little part of that spectacle, that journey with us as we, and I'm going to get Mike on camera too, where Mike is hiding behind a graphic right now. So I don't know what he's doing over there. But if you're not part of the fandom that is Blue Man Group, and let me just speak right now, not just Blue Man Group, the entertainment and theatrical industry as a whole is suffering immensely right now. What was your take on the show, Austin? What did you get it from? What was your vibe?
Well, I can tell you that. So I like to approach, and obviously that is created to evoke joy. It's pure fun, right? But doing what I do, being a movie critic, I'm always one to criticize, whether it be the stage production, the technical elements, this and that. So we start out and we're going in, and I had heard you guys talk about this for so long, right? Your joy, and that really did amplify, and we fed off of that, my wife and I, Madison, when we went into that performance. I mean, we were so hyped up, so excited. So we get in, and I'm thinking I'm going to have fun, right? But I don't know what to expect. I'd seen videos, I'd seen clips, I've seen a lot of the work that you've done, but I'm like, I don't know the feel of a live show. And I'll tell you this. Out of all the things we did on that trip, man, that had to be one of the most joy-filled, crazy, entertaining, and to me, again, on a technical level, technically impressive, man. You heard me the whole time. I'm like, oh my God, like look at what they're doing there. And this is incredible. The stage production, the beauty, the color, and the fact that they're getting the audience involved, man. And we were just psyched out of our minds walking out of that, man.
Right.
And that's all we talked about for the rest of the night. And it was incredible. And not only to see that, but to see you two enjoying it as much as you did and knowing how much you love it, man. We really did just feed off of that. And that's something that Madison and I talked about multiple times. And we talked about doing it again. Now, obviously, with this, now we won't get that chance. But, man, that memory that we have is something that I think for us, it's going to live on, man. And it was just I am so blessed. I'm so glad that we got to take part in that. Not only just us two, but with you all four of us, man. That's crazy. I loved it.
Love you, Austin Burke. And I want to share, we're going to get Jen in here in just a second. So, Jen, get ready if you're listening. But I want to talk to Mike Ippolito over here. This is kind of the guy that started this whole conundrum for me to go from Kentucky to Orlando. What's up, buddy?
Hey, man. You're right. I had a graphic I can hide behind. That's what I was doing. In some alternate universe, I guess if it wasn't for Blue Man Orlando, we wouldn't all know one another. And that's, and I've seen this show from the very beginning. I was there a week after it opened. I got to, it was a week fresh when I heard about it. So I was there from basically beginning and I guess to pretty much the end of it now. And it's just, it's been part of my life too. And to meet wonderful people, and especially the three of us, Alex and you to be friends so long, to be brought together by something like this.
You're not my friend, bro. You're my brother.
Yeah, we're all consider ourselves family at this point, And
I feel the same with Lindsay too. I want to say that I have yet to meet Lindsay Badger, but I feel like deep down that she is such a huge part of what we do. She's been on every detail of this journey. You've been a collective part of this, Lindsay. So thank you too. But I want to.
I love you too, brother.
I want to get back to Mike here right quick. So, talk us through a little bit. How do you feel? Like, I mean, you've obviously stated your emotions and stuff, but I don't feel this is the end of everything, right?
No, I hope it does come back, in some form, somewhere, It's just the way the whole thing. I know what kind of situation we're going through right now, and it's not just affecting, that industry. It's everywhere, and everything that's being shut down, and it's. But I don't know. It's just just the way it just came to a halt, and
right.
That's what makes it hard. There's no finale to see. There's
no finality to it.
Show that we can all go to and enjoy. It's like, okay, well, just turn the lights off and let's walk away and
just go to bed. Just go to bed. Well, we're going to invite another friend of ours here on the camera right quick, and she's actually getting ready to join us here as we speak. And she's got the blue man beanie, baby. Look at that. That's awesome. And she is connecting. What's up, Jen? You got to unmute yourself. You are muted at the moment, my dear. So.
There we go.
What's up, Jen?
Man, I feel like I'm on I got like a screen over here.
What's going on?
Can you hear me okay? Is this new mic working okay?
I can hear you fine. Alex, I didn't know if you knew or not, but you're muted as well. I don't know if you want to say hi to Jen. Okay, you knew that. So
hi,
Jen.
Alex. Hi, Jen. Welcome. Forgive me. I'm usually in bed at this point, so I'm like ready to. But yeah, I have to stay awake for this.
Absolutely.
Anyways.
I feel like it needs to be this way.
It has to be this way. So Jen, share with us some of your favorite moments from Blue Man Group Orlando. You've seen the show like 3 or 4 times, haven't you?
Oh my gosh. I was saying on Clubhouse the other night, Orlando is my 3rd most seen venue. And
really?
But yeah, because it goes New York, Chicago, Orlando, Boston.
Wow.
So what was special about Orlando was, well, number one, I came out to your wedding in 2010, and that was my first opportunity to see it. And I'd never been to Universal. I'd never been to anything over there. I'd only been to Disney World as like a child and didn't even go to Universal at all. So my first experience in Orlando was very awesome because I was seeing everything for the first time. And there was a couple of skits that I'd never seen before because every venue was different. You know, I felt at that point, and they were the one where they were tugging on the ears and doing the weird stuff.
Ow, ow, ow.
Was funny.
Wow, wow, wow.
Yeah, exactly. So that was different and new, and just hanging out with everybody who was local was awesome. I remember the guy at the merch stand, Brian Bidman at the time. I was just sitting out there nerding out with him because I had time to kill, and I was like, "Oh, he's at the merch stand. I'm going to hang out with him and talk." And then they were playing like either the Complex or the Megastar video, and I was like, "Dude, I'm on the DVD." He says, "No, you're not."
Yes, you
and
are.
so I pointed it out, and I said, "Look, I'm right there." And he's like, "Oh." And so that was my first memory to Orlando. And then the next two big memories was the year I had Miracle.
That's right.
And that
Her
was
first show.
the first big mommy outing for myself as a new mom.
Yeah.
And Orlando was the easiest to get to. There's no big city issues, less stress. It's made for families. So when I came out, I had Becky with me, helping me with Miracle, get back and forth. And
I remember that.
It was so great because I felt like I could always have a space at Blue Man, no matter what theater I was at. Anyway, you felt like you were home, right?
Right.
So what was great was Miracle could come and enjoy it. She didn't scream, she didn't cry. She just, the second time I went with Davida, she napped during the throat cam part, and I was pretty impressed that. And she was over here like this, and I'm like. And so they put the camera like right in her face, and I was "Oh, that's so sweet."
That's adorable.
So those are like, I'm gonna cherish those memories forever because that was Miracle's first show, and actually her first adventure was in the New York City fan meet, the 25th, but she was still in my belly. But Orlando, she got to go twice as a little baby, so that was special. And sharing her with you guys too was very, very special to me.
Well, Jen, I mean, you and I go back, what was it, 2002 fan meet, I think, in Chicago, when Clark's was a thing. Oh my gosh, I'm really dating our how long we've been doing this, but I've been doing it since 2000, essentially. So this is my 21st year being involved in the Blue Man Group fan community.
Yeah.
And but we've just had some amazing experiences over the past couple of years, and it's funny because every big fan meet we've always had, Jen has always, she's been the go-to. She was there at the 20th. She was at the 25th anniversary in New York. She was been here at the Blue Man Group Orlando, Blue Man Group Chicago, Blue Man Group Las Vegas. My gosh, Blue Man Group New York, even several Megastar and National American Tour shows we were all part of. At that time, me and Alex were working for Blue Man Productions out of New York. We were on the National American Tour, probably for a good year and a half there. And we were just all over the country, from Denver to Dallas to wherever, Pittsburgh and wherever we were at. But it was pretty awesome moments and memories catered to that. I think
So
Mike
many
and
great
Alex are doing
pictures.
like hand signals here. There's a sub language going on here that I'm not a part of. It's funny. Alex, are you stirring up trouble over there?
No, I can't see everybody, so I had to scooch you back over so I could see you.
Oh,
Joe.
make sure you hit the grid. Hit the grid thing, and you should be all right.
Oh, wait, sorry. Oh my gosh.
The more you know.
It's a whole new world.
Anyway, we're gonna get another fan in here right quick. What?
How do I mute? Okay, I see. Never mind.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and roll with another one here. He's been waiting here the longest, second to the longest here, Mr. Joe Straddle. Joe is in the house, I think from regions unknown, maybe in Baltimore. Joe,
you in Cali?
You got to unmute yourself there, Joe, if that's cool, man.
No, I'm in California now.
You're in California now?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I moved down here last year.
Well, man, you look really relaxed there, Joe.
It is. Can't beat it out here. It's Southern California living. Actually, we just got Vegas this weekend. We were out there and didn't get a chance to see the show or the Luxor for that matter. But yeah, it was definitely some good memories in Orlando and even all over. So
well, I was going to ask you, Joe, out of all the many shows that we've traveled, of course, just like Jen, Joe has been there with us through thick and thin as well. What was one of the show? What was one of your favorite moments or memories from the Blue Man Group Orlando venue?
Oh, geez. I think if nothing else, it was when we did the fan meet with Jen was just referencing and bringing Miracle there, and then just getting the backstage, experience, just from the exposure to, I don't know, all the little, knickknacks that they have hanging on the walls and the memorabilia that they have. And that's in my mind, I'm really curious what they're going to do with all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard rumors that they're wanting to go to more of a retro type space, that they're wanting to actually put in an old Nickelodeon type framework in there. Alex, I won't have to separate you two. You two, look at her. She's so devious right now. I love her. Alex, you are not no, I'm just messing with you. But I think they're going to go. I heard rumors that they may be doing something like retro Nickelodeon. Maybe. And if that's cool, I hope they bring the slime fountain back. I'm just
You
saying.
didn't hear that.
Yeah, I did.
You didn't hear that.
What are you talking
You
about?
just said that. You just said that the other day. Maybe they'll bring Nickelodeon back.
Well, there's rumors that they're going to talk about it. It was in the article that I posted.
Rumors
like
that
2 weeks ago.
Joe started. You started.
Okay. Well, let's see what happens. Okay. I'm being called out on my own show. Here we go.
You started that rumor.
I didn't start any
told me
rumors.
the other day.
I just
Gonna have to separate you two now.
I just read. That's all I do. It's just read. This is great entertainment. You can't. I'm going to sip on my grapefruit bubbly now.
They should, if they don't distribute all that memorabilia out to the other theaters, they should auction it off for charity.
Well, it's funny. One of the fans on the Blue Man message board actually brought up a really interesting point. The 25th anniversary spin art that was made by Chris, Matt, and Phil, the final one that'll ever be done, is there in the green room. We got a dog now. Oh my gosh. We have dogs. That's awesome. But you make a valid point. What are they going to do with all that stuff? The pipes, the paddles, the whole. I'm sure all of it's going to get shipped back to New York at some point, but I just don't know with whatever they're going to do. But anything else, Joe? We're going to get another one in here. We got another fan waiting in the sidelines.
I was gonna say, what a treat that they brought there. I don't know what brought that spin art to Orlando, but what a treat for us to see that. And for those that didn't get to go to the 25th anniversary,
I know
that was surreal to watch live. But then everybody else got to see it too, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Austin, Lindsay, you guys still doing good over there?
I'm loving it.
Doing fantastic. I'm loving the stories and the reminiscing, and it just gives you all the warms and fuzzies.
Oh, this is cool.
Yeah, I think it can be said when you attend a fan meet show versus a regular Blue Man show, it's a different feel, right?
The hype is real for sure. Well, we got another fan we're going to get in here. He's been the third longest waiting. Mr. Zachary Blum is coming in right now. Zach Blum in the house. He's connecting.
I remember Zach from Blab. He
You
came
remember
on and
Zach
visited
from
with
Blab?
us.
Yes.
Yeah, he used to come and hang out with us in our early episodes
That is
over
right.
on the Blab platform. What's up, Zach? It is good to see you.
Look at him.
Hey, Zach.
He's grown up so
Hello.
much. Look at that little.
He's almost got a full beard.
He's got a beard now. What
Yeah,
is
he was
this?
like a baby when we
Somebody
met him.
injected some hormone in that boy.
Well, it's good to be back on PopCast. I'm usually known as the Star Wars guy, but tonight I'm doing the alter ego as the Blue Man fan who's been almost 10 years with this community now. So, I thought about it the other day. I was like, wow, it's almost been 10 years in this community. So, yeah. So, to the subject of Blue Man Orlando and my memories of it, I went back in 2019. That was my first show. I went twice in the same trip because I couldn't get enough. Usually, as a fan, you just like, one's not enough. I need more because it's that reward factor. It's like, one's just not going to do. So to sort of connect that back to 2012, which was my first show in Vegas, I had this feeling in 2012. It was like, oh my God, I'm like super anxious. Like, okay, and then the same feeling carried on through every Blue Man show that I've been to into Orlando. And I was like, as soon as I got there, the number one feeling was like, I'm home. I'm home. I love it here. I hope this stays here forever. Then the PR news came out and everyone went berserk. Anyhow, back to the show. I was wearing this with like a whole bunch of Blue Man Group lanyards from VIP, Behind the Blue, whatnot, and they were looking straight at me. And I was like, this is the community. We all know each other. This is a family. This is not what we call a community. Everyone, even though we're not blood related, we are all connected emotionally and mentally to the show.
Heck yeah, we are.
So, the thing is, so after the show though, is I went up to Blue Man Kirk Massey, and he didn't recognize me, but he said under his breath, "Are you Blue Inspirations?" which was my Instagram username. And I said, "Yeah, I am." And what he did is he gave me a kiss, a blue kiss right here. And I was like, "Oh, okay, cool." So I don't know. It just, that was super awesome. And then, just reading the news was a little disheartening. It was not fun to read. It was not, I just couldn't believe I was like looking at this newsletter coming out of Blue Man Group. And the one thing I just want to point out is I don't think, especially like, we shouldn't be arguing, like finding blame, like this is somebody's fault. Let's join together and let's just mourn the loss together. Let's get through it together. Blue Man Group's not gone forever, but let's keep going. Let's just keep going. Things are going to get better. And I've learned that because I lost my job at Disney, and I'm learning to use, mental exercises, breathing exercises, just relaxing and doing what I can, and realizing I can't control the situation, but I can control my reaction to it.
Dang, dude. Preach.
So
somebody's preaching tonight.
I love that. That was great.
Goodness.
Have mercy.
Gotta live it.
Somebody lit a fire in this boy's hind end, I'm telling you.
So, yeah. About more about Orlando is just, I met Nadir Sukram through Joe, and I actually interviewed her for my entertainment tourism class the last semester, so the fall semester. I was like, well, what do you think is going to happen with Blue Man Group? She's like, we don't know at this point. Like, no one knows at this point. But just going backstage, on another tangent, going backstage of Blue Man Group and looking at all the memorabilia they have, especially the founders' artwork, I was like, wow. It's reverse colors. It's not the traditional colors. I was like, why is it like this? And I was like, that's very Chris, Matt, and Phil, them to do that. That's very, very founder. So
yeah,
that's all I got.
Well, I thank you for sharing, man. And it's just so amazing. I thank you for coming, and I'm so glad you got to see the show and you got to be a part of the show, and you got to do that voodoo that you do so well here in Orlando. And so, Zach, thank you so much. And Zach is actually from Blab, which he would hang out with me and Lindsay and Mike and Austin on our PopX shows back in the day. So it's so awesome.
Joe,
yeah,
the chat has been blowing up tonight, which I think is absolutely fantastic. And I have a newbie question.
Please.
Because I've never seen a show.
Awesome. I love questions.
I plan to remedy that as soon as I possibly can.
Okay.
What is a fan yell?
Okay. The fan yell. All right. So,
wish we could play the music.
How about we go to Snubby J, a.k.a. Kent Jenkins, to give us the official description of what the fan yell is. Snubby J, welcome to the show, bro.
Thank
What's
you.
up, dude?
Great to see you all. Thank you for making the space for this, too, Joe.
Dude, how can we not do the Blue Man Group? I mean, we didn't get a final show. We didn't get a farewell. We didn't get anything. And if I have the ability and the resources to put something together to bring people together, then you better dang straight know that I'm going to be doing my best to make sure that happens. So, yes, this was no effort. I mean, I just wanted to put it out there, and I was just so glad you guys joined. Oh, my God, we got Miracle hanging out. What's up, Miracle? But, Snubby J, what is a fan yell? Lindsay Badger wants to know.
In the piece Klein Mandelbrot in the show, there's this opening drum riff that goes doom gat doom gat doom gat doom doom gat get doom gat doom gat doom gat doom gat get doom. And in that silence between those two segments, there's space that maybe Joe or Jen, one of you guys can maybe speak on like where that originated from. But there's this moment of silence where we fill it with this yell. And when there's more than just one of us in the audience, it reverberates through the whole theater, gets people excited. When you're alone, like I was in Chicago to see a show once, and I yell it, you get evil glares from audience members staring back at you like, you're messing up the show.
So Lindsay, we're going to do our fan yell. Every Blue Man fan, unmute your mic right now. And we're going to have Snubby J walk us through the rhythm of the actual. See Snubby J's video kind of stop
I'm
there.
Super excited already.
All right, where's Snubby? You there?
Should I move my mic away?
I don't know, man.
Yeah, we'll do that too.
Blow the internet up.
All right, he's here. Okay, Snubby's
There
here.
you
All right, so all the blue men, we're going to practice the fan yell right now. We're going to do it on the second. No, it's the first riff. All right, you got it on the first riff, and you'll know exactly what that is, okay? So, Lindsay, here's your fan yell. If we are at a show, this is the midway point of the show. This is when it gets really crazy, a lot of energy, the lights go up, the blue men are in the crowd. All right, Snubby J, do it, fan yell.
Woo! And so on and so forth.
So
Yay.
there is.
Thank you for sharing that. That's
Oh,
awesome.
awesome.
Oh, I can just imagine being there right now and just feeling the energy.
Dude.
Just coming
Especially when
from
we
all
scare
of that
people.
collective screaming.
Especially if you
The
have an
best
elderly
part is when
couple.
you scare people.
You got like
And
an
yes,
old couple
people
in front
do
of you,
get
and all of a
angry.
sudden you're like yelling in front of their ear, and they turn around like, "Well, how could you?"
Has anybody pre-apologized to everybody around you?
Oh, I don't know, man. I have no idea if anybody's pre-apologized or what.
Oh yeah,
No,
no,
I have.
think many times we've told people.
I said,
like,
"I'm sorry, I'm a
okay,
fan."
We kind of.
sorry, I'm a fan, I'm gonna be a little loud.
I feel like it would be an experience similar to experiencing watching the Rocky Horror Picture Show for the very first time at a theater.
Yeah.
You just have to prepare yourself for everything.
There is. Yeah, you're absolutely right, Lindsay. There is a flow. There is something that is connecting to us. There is something that is connecting to the Blue Man, and there is a deeper communal of the audience. And we only got probably maybe 10 or 15 minutes left of the show. But if there's anybody out there that's watching this or streaming, please click that link in the Blue Man message boards and join us right here in the chat room if you want. We have a couple more spaces. I want to say hello to Richie G. What's up, Richie G in the house?
Hey, Richie.
Is he here? He's a little glitchy at the
He
moment.
looks a little frozen. I
I
know
don't-
he's muted.
He might be watching Disney right now. He's a little frozen.
He's a little.
That was good. That was a good pun.
Don't let it go. Don't let it go.
Oh, man. Oh, he's here. He's here. What's up, Richie? You got to unmute your microphone, though, I think. He's trying. He's trying.
You can do it, son. Hey.
I believe in you, Richie.
I believe in you.
Push the button.
Push it.
May the power of Whiffy be with you.
You ever get some people that say button? What's up,
There he
Richie?
is.
There you are. I think Richie may have AOL 2.0.
Power of press
I
compels
don't
you.
know what's going on here. I'm
Well,
scared.
just thinking of the ritualistic part of the show, I just was reminded even of like the opening LED screens. The like us reciting that as an audience together too is always kind of fun at a
Right.
fan meet.
Very much.
There was there's one part of the show. I'm glad you brought that up, Kent. There was one part of the show, and I want to ask you your question here in just a second too. So you're not off the hook here, Kent. But there was one part of the show that for me that was very intimate. Actually, two parts. But it's right before the fan yell. Not before the Klein. It was right during Feast, right when they were picking the person for the Twinkie skit, where they eat the Twinkies. And it's called touch-ups. It's where they are looking at each other, and they're kind of grooming, and they're fixing. The Blue Men are actually fixing each other's makeup. And the music in that piece, the score that was written for that, is just so like, oh man, Hans Zimmer couldn't do anything more better than that. I mean, it was just awesome what Ian Pei did that back in the day. He wrote the score for everything, and it's so intimate, and it's just so serene. And the Blue Men, their walls are down. They've not even acknowledged the audience yet at this point, up until like just kind of looking a couple stares here and there. But it's just so awesome. And then the second part, we're going to get to that at the end of the show because Kent's actually going to be a part of that. But Kent, Orlando show, what was some of your favorite moments? Do you have any cool moments you want to share?
I mean, I was recalling that my only experience at the Orlando show was the fan meet back in 2008, and to be able to see, I think it was 3 performances all in that one weekend.
Wow.
But how memorable and grounding that it brought me to the whole community of knowing you guys for maybe a year or two on the Blue Man Library at that point.
Oh my God, the
And
Blue
then-
Man Library.
And then to be there at the same time, like as you and Alex met for the first time, I think it was so beautiful to like look back on that.
So you got to
but
witness
just-
that whole thing, the whole Lovebird thing.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I remember you and Blaze in your blue dresses. It was like, oh yeah, like
Oh,
everyone's
good
just
God.
like all together.
Oh, Lord
having-
have mercy.
Oh my gosh.
You were just a baby. I mean, you literally were. Like, there was so many, like, you and I remember Corey was there, and now both of you have just like flourished in life, and it's just amazing.
I had only just built my PVC instrument. I had made that like Lego animation the year before, so it's like a whole time has come.
now look at you.
And for anybody who doesn't know, Kent actually was on America's Got Talent too. With his what season were you on?
7,
2010. So it was like
okay,
5. Yeah.
Okay,
was,
and
that was
you
special
did?
because then it was in Vegas. I got to go to that Vegas run and see the Blue Man show out there while I was there.
Okay, now I
that's
feel old.
really cool.
Yeah, I feel really old now.
Now I feel really
Thanks, Ken.
old too.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it.
Thank you guys for the memories.
But we have room here. If there's any more fans that want to call in, you're more than welcome to do so. Or if any of our acting or musician friends are out there and want to be a part of this, you're more than welcome to call in. We got probably just a few more minutes, and we're going to start wrapping this up. But collectively, I know, maybe Lindsay and somebody that maybe had never seen the show other than just maybe a couple YouTube clips or something like that. After hearing all of us, all 8 of us, talk and discuss, what is some of the reactions that you feel from this community and this family?
I feel the warmth and the love and the acceptance of people and that almost forever connection that will never be lost, no matter how long of a time or duration that you may be separated. It'll be just like picking up where you left off the next time you see each other or talk to each other, which I think is a super magical and precious thing to have with anybody in life. So cherish the times that you've had in the past, but also don't forget that you have a future together. Even though this show may be ending, you guys will still be a family. And to stay in touch with each other and to still stay connected, because what you guys have is magical and unique.
I couldn't agree more. Lindsay,
Thank
well
you.
said, my dear. That's awesome. It's amazing, and I'm looking around at all this windows and just all these amazing people who are so stinking talented at what they do. Each one of you. I mean, even if Team PopX, I mean, I'm including you guys in this as well. But one thing that I loved about Blue Man Group, and I want to share this, and I want to talk to Miss Haley Polizzi in the house, but I'm going to say this. One thing, in 2000, I had just graduated college 2 years prior, and there was a lot of soul searching because I had a lot of dark news that was literally thrust on my shoulders at a very early age, at age 18. A lot of you that's part of the Blue Man community, you know that story. And I was struggling because here I am, I'm this kid in the 4 prison walls of my bedroom, and I'm screaming to get out because I know deep inside of me there's more out there. But how in the world, what is the catalyst? What is the bridge? How do I get there? And then all of a sudden, on The Tonight Show with Jay Leno, I saw this performance. I'm getting chills just talking about it. I saw this performance of Blue Man Group, and it radically changed my life forever. It was part comedy, but it was trimal. It was I don't know how, it was mystic. There was a shamanistic quality to the Blue Man that it was just amazing. And I was like, what is this? I need to know more about this. And I logged on to blueman.com, and this is in 1999. And I signed up for a username, which became Rotcav, ROTCAV. And long story short, it was because that I saw that clip, I joined a message board that pushed me to a place I'd never been in Chicago. And I saw something truly magical. And little did I know 10 years later that I would meet my wife through the same show that I loved and admired so much. It's just truly remarkable. And fast forward 10 years beyond that, here we are. We're all here in a window. We're fans. We're family. And no matter where we are, what city we're in, or what show we're visiting, we pick up right where we left off. Man, that's such a great feeling, right, family?
Yes.
Oh yes.
Sorry, I didn't mean to get
interject
all.
with a quick question.
Please.
What does Rotcav mean?
Rotcav is actually German. In 1994, I set up my very first email account, 94, on Hotmail. And at the time, I was in German class 3. I took 5 high school curriculum classes of German. So ich spreche in Deutschland. And so I took, and Rot is red, Cav is cavalier, red cavalier, which was my first car I got in 1994.
So it's actually pronounced Rotkav.
Rotkav.
Yeah.
Das ist sehr gut, mein Freund. No, we're shifting momentum down to Miss Haley Polizzi. Haley in the hizzle. What's going on, girl?
Hey, y'all. How are you?
You look marvelous.
Oh my God, stop. I literally just rolled out of my bed and like shoved some blush on my face. I was like, I gotta talk.
Oh, I'm so glad you did. It's so good to see your face.
You know, it's been such a long time.
How have you been, my dear?
I have been awesome. I think the last time I honestly saw the show is when I was with both you and Alex.
Wow.
Yeah, it was so long. I mean, I've seen Blooming Group after that, but specifically in Orlando, I think I was like a freshman in high school.
What?
Like, yeah, I was a baby.
Oh, and we did that little VIP thing with you, right? We got you.
I have so many good memories of that, Haley.
I remember swinging by the timeshare, picking up Haley, going to Universal.
And then we got to have just like a show with you and I, like a girls' night out thing.
Yes, it was so fun. But I wanted to pop in here and say just specifically Orlando show, because I've always been an Orlando fan because of Disney and coming down there with my family. So that was my place to go. So I think I saw the show there 3 times. But that show and specifically has really made who I am today. I'm really big in the theater world, but more specifically now, I do more drag performance. So I think Blue Man Group in general introduced me to the world of performance art and what it can really mean.
Self-exploration. You being you.
Exactly. So what an amazing show. What an amazing group of people that are so supportive of just being, your true authentic self. And it's such a great thing. I'm so glad you did this. It's so awesome. And I was saying, which stinks, my parents just moved to Florida like 6 months ago.
Oh, they're here, huh?
I saw that.
Yeah, and I was like, great, I can go see Blue Man Group because they're like only an hour from Orlando. So I was like, oh, perfect. But things happen.
Wow. Well, I'm so glad you hopped on, Haley. It's so good to see your face. And Haley has been a huge part of this community way back until the old Blue Man Library days. I mean, it goes back. And I say that with a southern drawl. Blue Man Library. Sorry, I can't help it.
So I have another fun question for the panel. Even the fans down in the chat room can actually answer this one too. I would like to know if you can recall how many total shows have you seen in all locations, and then you can say Orlando as well if you wish.
So I have a funny answer to that question because back on the 25th, I was quoted in the New York Times, and at the time, the author wrote down what I said. I said 25 to 30. She wrote down 2,000 to 3,000. I had to correct her after the fact, but yeah, that was about 5 to 30.
That would be a super duper fan.
I actually, about 4 or 5 years ago, I calculated every ticket. I keep
So
all
how
the
did
ticket
we,
stubs.
how many did we count together?
I think our Blue Man, when we did the fan meet with Miracle here, in 2016, 17?
17.
When we did that, I had hit over 100 shows nationwide.
Mm-hmm. And I think I think I was around maybe 90.
Somewhere in the neck of the woods.
And that's only been since 2007 when I was first introduced to Blue Man Orlando. So that many shows in that amount of time, it was
unreal.
There were times we would see 2 to 3 shows a night, depending on if it was a tour that we were, attending. So That's how crazy we are.
Yeah, when we were on the road, when Alex and I were on the road, we had to do, if there was a matinee show, a 2, a 5, and an 8, because we were the insiders and we were giving away swag in the lobby, we had to be at all shows. So,
which was not a problem for me.
No, it wasn't a problem with me. I mean, how many times can you wave at Kirk Massey and the gang? But so, does anybody else want to try to tackle that question and answer this?
I earned the name Baby Blue Fan from you, Joe. Back when I was about 10 shows.
Baby Blue Fan.
Yeah.
Here's your Baby Blue Fan.
Sorry.
Now, after seeing Speechless, which is now called the U.S. National Tour or whatever,
yeah,
and so many Vegas shows plus 2 Orlando shows, about 32 right now from what I counted.
32, not bad, not bad. Anybody else? Joe, I see what we got. Who else we got?
I lost count. I've personally lost count because I used to go at least 2 times a year to New York City. And then you add in all the fan meets, all the tours, all the Dallas tours specifically. I last saw in January 2020 twice. And then, then I had a Blue Man themed wedding. So that was obnoxious enough too in 2005. So, and then having Jesse, who was local here, dress up as a Blue Man, and then Patricia dress up as a Blue Man. So I just stopped counting, and I'm like, now I just don't even it's a lot.
Yeah, I get you. Well,
I think Justin Chicago.
Justin's got a lot.
Justin in Chicago, Justin Hardesty, who's not here tonight, but I think he may. I'm pretty sure he may top me.
I think
he's in the hundreds.
Yeah,
somewhere. He's well up there. But does anybody have any closing thoughts? We're going to start wrapping this up here, and I do want to say we have a very special performance by none other than Snubby J. Kemp Jenkins coming up here, so you guys are going to enjoy that. If you're here in the window and then the panel, you'll have to mute your microphone to watch it live on the YouTube stream, but it's pretty awesome. And I want to thank my beautiful, darling, amazing, gorgeous angel of a wife for hanging out. Literally, Alex would literally be in a bed 2 hours by now.
Mm-hmm.
Sleeping.
Yeah.
Because she has to wake up and she has to
I'm literally just hanging out for this performance. So I'm super excited.
Awesome. Anybody got any closing thoughts as we get to wrap this up? Anybody? Any closing thoughts, any closing statements, anything you want to say about the Blue Man Group Orlando show?
Show's back.
Yep. I simply love you all. You all have had some kind of important part of my life, and I thank you for that. And I thank you, all the staff and all the actors and everybody at Blue Man Orlando. Just no words, but thank you. And we love you.
I love you too, Jen. You're awesome, girl.
Thank you, Orlando, for providing, it was only 2 shows, but, you provided memories for Joe and Alex, and for the Blue Men who've connected with fans and whatnot. You have created an unbreakable bond with everybody. So sending love out to Orlando. It sucks right now, but we're going to get through it together. As I said earlier in the stream, we'll be all right.
We'll be all right. I like what you said there. That's amazing. Anybody else? I'm giving you the open floor. Anything you want to say? Kent?
I'm going to leave this here.
Oh my gosh, you're killing me. Oh my gosh, look at that. Yeah, that's pretty.
I'll let the music speak. We've got
Okay.
a little special mashup.
All right. Well, I will wrap this up, and I know my wife needs to get in bed, so I'm going to let her get ready to retire here. But I'm going to close this from all of us here at PopXcast, and from all the Blue Man Group fan community. I want to send out a heartfelt, deepest, sincerest thank you to all the actors, performers, musicians, all the crew, the staff, box office team, everybody managing and marketing, everybody at Universal Orlando that was in the behind the scenes on the property that made this show happen to entertain families, to entertain the nation and the world at Universal Orlando night after night, multiple shows a day. I can't list every single name. I can't. But I want to say, from all of us at the Blue Man Group fan community, we never did get a final farewell show. We didn't get a proper send-off. And I know many of us in the community right now, I notice a lot of Blue Men didn't want to come on tonight because it's just too fresh, it's too soon. and I understand that. But I want you to know that you are thought about. And as you hear the outcry of all these amazing people in the window tonight, we love you. We thank you. And just keep being you. And as Chris Wink once told me in an interview, follow your bliss. All right? So we're going to end this. We're going to wrap this up. And we got Snubby J getting ready to do this. I want to ask everybody in the window to go ahead and mute your mics in the Zoom call. And if you want to view this, it's going to be on the YouTube stream, so you'll have to watch on the stream while you're muted. But I love you guys. I love you guys. You guys are awesome. And Kent, thank you for putting this together for us. So we're going to wrap this up. We usually do a long, big spiel, but you can follow us at PopXcast all over social media. We will be back for episode 116, where we're going to be talking about WandaVision, so be sure to tune in 2 weeks for that. With that said, thank you, Blue Man Group Orlando. Thanks for listening to PopXcast. As you're enjoying listening or viewing our shows, please consider clicking on the subscribe button to our feed and click the Get Notifications buttons so you don't miss out on great future content. Like our Facebook page, facebook.com/PopXcast, and on Instagram at PopXcast. And be sure to drop us an email anytime at popxcast@gmail.com. For more great content, check out the Creative Multiverse, where science, art, and imagination come together with artistic talents. The Creative Multiverse can be found on Facebook groups under the same name. We'll see you next time. Get your geek on!